Hey, what's up, my little tattletales? How you doing today? Well, if you are the UK, what's up, Sussex Squad? I think everybody is saying the Rottweiler is back. What am I talking about? Camilla, the Queen Consort. Stop calling her the Queen. She is the Queen Consort, the Queen side chick. She is the inspiration for half the shameless hussies on this earth. The woman that literally slept her way to the top. Literally has made news again. What is it? They've been doing all these things on the Netflix documentary. Charles finally wised up and said, listen, you can't keep attacking them and threatening to pull away their titles. Your coronation is coming up. Put that damn blood diamond crown on. And then around Christmas time or whenever they seem like it'll most hurt, then you snatch away their titles and then you completely oust them from the family. But for right now, lay low. But don't worry, because we know one thing, right? Charles and Camilla work as a unit. They are officially Pinky and the Brain. Camilla's Pinky. No, Camilla is the brain. Charles is Pinky. Didn't she look a little bit like Pinky and the Brain too, right? If I feel like it, I'll put a picture up. Camilla is the brain, Charles is Pinky. They move as one. So while the official, right, palace is saying the king declares he has love in his heart and he's going to move forward and he loves Harry and Meghan. Look what Camilla did. I'm sure you guys heard that brunch where it was literally, like Suicide Squad or the Tale of Horrors. You ever see something where they're arriving and each person was worse than the next? Now, here's the funny thing, right? Meghan and Harry showed up and shut things down, right? With their word of hope. Meghan had that slick back. She was looking glam, all that stuff. So they literally had the nerve to say, Meghan's not the only one with star power. Camilla also did a calm flex. I said, let me see Camilla's complex. Do they know people? Who did you get to stand beside you when you guys are in a whirlwind of racism? Who among thee, right? Who among these stood beside you? Well, if you're who can anyone guess? You. Influential people that people also admire, respect, and have character. Come on, we're talking about the royal family. You, huh? Andrew? That's a good one because they are shameless. You, right up here in front. Oh, you got the most insignificant aging bag of racists who probably won't even be around in 10 years. Y'all, you would be correct. Y'all, let's get into this guest list. And then what that piece of crap Clarkson said, he walked it back. He's still getting dragged, but we found more evidence of the way he is erotically obsessed with Meghan Markle. And if I was Harry and Meghan, I would take a restraining order out on him. I'm not even joking. Well, you know me. I could be petty. I would have taken out anyway. But let's get into this report. Okay, so let's look at the people that shook the world up to let Meghan know, girl, that's cute, but let me show you how it's done. Let's see what the Queen of England and the power they can pull, right? Dame Judi Dench, we already knew she was a royalist pick-me when she was literally crying into her Wheaties that the crown, people might consider the crown to be real, and that's not fair. Meanwhile, don't you see what happened, right? Charles literally engaged in a giant image PR overhaul of Camilla. This spanned decades. And as soon as Camilla had power, she literally turned around and let us know she's still the Rottweiler Diana always said she was. An old dog doesn't change its tricks. And just because you put lipstick on a pig, you know what I'm saying. So we have Dame Judi Dench, royalist pick-me in charge. Is she going to be around the next 20 years? I'm not even being funny, because at the end of the day, she might be respected in what she does. Not in my household. She's not on any of our Netflix playlists. But also, let's also keep this in mind. Girl, the relevancy. Like, stop. Anyway, Dame Maggie Smith, who? Hugh Bonneville, as well as television presenters Tess Daly, Claudia Winkleman, and Tracy Emin. This was her getting her Suicide Squad together of Meghan attackers, right? Like, you know the movie, right? They said it was the broadcasters and journalists Piers Morgan and Jeremy Clarkson's presence on the guest list that's created the most backlash. Now, first of all, you have Piers Morgan. Let me tell you what Piers Morgan's problem is with Meghan if you don't know. I'll break it down real quick, right? Which means I will go into a ramble, adding in unnecessary detail to spice it up, right? But hear me out. When Meghan first started hanging around in the UK, right? Meghan was a working actress. She networked. She tried to become a stylist for the Wendy Williams show. She tried to do this. The royal family tries to throw it in her face. Babes, Meghan was on the come up. She was good at what she did. She was launching the TIG. That's American ingenuity. If you can monetize it, why not? Who else is going to support you? Taxpayers? Who else is going to support you? Your mom and dad? No, that's how self-made people work. They tried to shame her for that. Piers Morgan reached out to her, or she might have somehow her and Piers Morgan, I don't know if she reached out or Piers Morgan reached out. And they met up and they just had a quick chat. I think they met over cocktails. It was not a date. Now, how do we know it's not a date? Look at Piers, look at Meghan. She would never. Meghan's ex-husband, I believe, was the former Prime Minister of Canada's son, I believe. Her boyfriend she was dating before Harry ran like Soho houses. If you know what Soho House is, Meghan, listen, I know people are like, oh my God, Piers is powerful. She was trying like this naive girl that was trying to, not naive, but she was playing naive, trying to seduce Piers. Piers wasn't even on her level. She really thought like, okay, so he's in broadcast journalism. This probably be a good contact to have. Let me go see what Paul wants. Seriously, right? Piers, I think, is the same age as her father. She said, let me go see what he wants. They had a little talk. That's it. Nothing. Piers kept wanting to get in touch with her. Now, he was married at the time. When she started dating Harry, Harry was like, Piers Morgan, girl, shut that down. She literally ghosted Piers Morgan. That's what Piers Morgan said. In all actuality, they met up. They had a chat. Meghan wasn't interested in pursuing even a business networking relationship, which was what she was there for, right? And he got mad because he somehow thought that he had a chance with Meghan. I really do think that he's a bit obsessed with Meghan. You know what it is, guys. Like, they don't even realize that they're in the friend zone. And then they want to get mad at you when they see you walking with your man. Like, if you don't get out of here, because I do know how to get a restraining order. Now, this other guy, though, he's a piece of work. Jeremy Clarkson, he's a piece of work. Now, let me read you what he wrote about Meghan. He said, right, first of all, he says he sits there and fantasizes. Now, here's what he said, right? He compared his hatred to Meghan with that of Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon. He said, Meghan, though it is a different story. This is my English accent, just let me do it. I hate her, not like I hate Nicola Sturgeon or Rose West. Rose West deleted a child. Rose West unalived a child. And you're saying, but this tracks, right? Because people hate Harry and Meghan more than Andrew. Anyway, I hate her on a cellular level, right? If you don't know, Rose West was a serial along with her husband who deleted at least 12 young girls over 20 years ago. He hates Meghan more than Rose West. Woo! He said that he says that he dreams. He sits there, right? He sits there and thinks about how at night I'm unable to sleep as I lie there, grinding my teeth and dreaming of the day when Meghan is made a parade in the nude through the streets of every town in Britain while the crowds chant shame, 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 and throw lumps of excrement at her. Now, first I want to say, someone take the baby lotion away from Jeremy Clarkson, because it's giving to the point that his own daughter disavowed him. His own daughter went and said that she does not stand with that fool. And again, his own daughter had been cyber bullied. However, men like that don't care. Men like that don't care. He was probably doxing his own daughter, because that's what they do. People like that don't care. So anyway, he literally gave this lame statement. His own daughter said, I want to make it very clear that I stand against everything that my dad wrote about Meghan Markle, and I remain standing in support of those that are targeted with online hatred. Let's not also forget that this clown Clarkson said, everybody my age thinks like this. That's why you got, let's let nature take its course. But before then, we need to do something about it. Now, he also issued a half-butt apology. All right, listen to this apology first, and then I'm going to show you how it's just like they need to get a restraining order against him. He is dangerous. And the fact that Charles and Camilla are open, he was also at Charles and Camilla's Christmas party a week ago. They are deep in. They have something for Meghan when the new year starts, and they're letting Meghan know that that's where they stand. But let's get into this, right? Because this, I think, is the most crazy thing. Listen to his actual apology. The apology is crazy. He literally said, oh dear, I've stepped in it, haven't I? You literally threaten a woman and you say, oh dear, I've stepped in it. He said, oh dear, I'd rather put my foot in it. In a column I wrote about Meghan, I made a clumsy reference to the scene in the Game of Thrones, and this has gone down badly with a great many people. I'm horrified to have caused such hurt, and I shall be more careful in the future. Again, people were very, very quick to point out a few things. Look at what he wrote about Meghan. I think this was last year. This is about Meghan, but she should know this. When she dies, hopefully many years from now, she will not be carried in front of millions by stoic men with good hearts and strong arms. If it's a slow news day, the best she'll get is a small obituary in the Times on page 27, because her whole being is based on nothing at all, and we prefer people with a bit more stuff going on. Meghan was so right to leave that island. The only regret I'm sure they have is they didn't leave it earlier. But get this, right? Listen to the way he implied, again, the racist undertones. We all know in our heart of hearts that Harold Markle, he's referring to Harry. They're so funny, right? Is a slightly dim but fun-loving chin who flew Apache helicopter gunshots in Afghanistan. Sorry, guys, my camera went dead. Anyway, they said, so he called Harold Markle, right? That's his new name because he's in love with Meghan. It's a slightly dim but fun-loving chin who flew Apache helicopter gunships in Afghanistan and cavorted around Las Vegas hotel rooms with naked ladies of the night. But then along came Meghan, who obviously used some vivid bedroom promises to turn him into a warrior of woke. You guys, Harry and Meghan need to get a restraining order. Charles and Camilla should be ashamed of themselves, but I know they're not. But you know what, though? The great thing is, even though I guess they wanted Meghan to know, and Harry, that, haha, we're cavorting with your enemies, they only played themselves, made them look more pathetic, and you literally got in the mud with pigs. But again, I will say, that pig was already wearing lipstick. Anyway, my little taco tells, let me know what you think, Sussex Squad. And yes, I'm doing research on William and his little tita-ta without Kate. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will talk to you later. Bye.